Okay, so we'll start with the sleeve and we will draw our first line, stitch line, and we'll eyeball this. And I'm going to make sure there is no fill on those lines. So I have one line here, so I know there's two in between. So I'm going to go to blend. And what did I say? I wanted two. So there's the first. And then we'll do this section. So we'll start a little bit closer. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Wait, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we know we need 7 in between. I'm going to copy and paste. Do an approximation here. And then we'll go blend, click, click, and we said 7. And then we'll do the last one, which is here. Oops. Hold on, I got an extra. Nope. Okay. So copy and paste. Maybe we'll change this a little bit. Okay, and then we want to make sure those are stitch lines with no fill. And we'll do our blend again. And we just want 1. Right? No, 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks crazy. So you may need to adjust a little bit. Proportion's a little off. If I were doing this for real, I'd probably work on that a little bit more. Okay, but we got it for the most part. So then you're gonna select all of your blended lines. Maybe you want to group those. Oops. And then we're going to send them to the back. I'm going to select the sleeve and make a clipping mask. I'm going back to direct select to select the outline so I can get my fill and stroke color back. I'm using 0.75 for my seams, so I'm going to do it that way. Okay, so that's first step to get your stitching in. Obviously on the body part it's going to be a lot easier. You don't have to do the 3 different blends. But that's why I did that, guys. So now you're going to edit the shape of the arm. So if we want to have this be curved here, we need to have an anchor point there. So I'm going to go to the add anchor point. And each place that there's a stitch line, I'm going to add an anchor point. This one I could probably move, so I'll leave that there. And I won't add one, but I'll add here, here. Just keep adding wherever. Oops. There is a stitch line. Okay, so there's more than one way to do this. We'll do this side, and I think the cleaner way and the better way, but okay, so now we're going to use the anchor point tool. Using the anchor point tool, we're able to manipulate these handles individually. So I could take, oops, this handle and adjust that. So we'll go through one by one. I'm going to actually move this anchor point here. Go back to my anchor point tool. Oops. Sometimes the anchor point tool can be fussy, so I'm in direct select to get that handle to show up, and then I can go back to the anchor point tool. And again here, I might need to go back to direct select to select that section of the line to get those handles to show up. And I'm just switching back and forth. So again, it can be a little tedious, but it's going to be neater and cleaner than trying to just do these from the start and draw your outline that way, because I have done that. Okay, we're getting close. I wonder if you could just, no, okay. So sometimes with the anchor point tool you can just pull the curve out, but it's then adjusting the handle of both of these and not just one side, so that didn't work. But it's good to play around to see, because sometimes you might be able to find a better way to do things. Okay. So you might need to edit a few, but I think this looks pretty good. So that's how you would get that shape in. Another way that you could do it, which I don't like as much, but it is up to you. We'll do add anchor point and we'll go back in. I'll just do it on a couple of these. So I've added the, actually I probably didn't need to do that with this. Let's not do that with this. The other method you could do, it's more organic looking, is using your pencil tool. Double click it and make sure edit selected paths is checked. You would then want to select the outline, and you can go in and start drawing, and it will edit the selected path. You have to start on the path and end on the path for it to work. And as you can see, it's just a little bit more organic. You have less control over where your anchor points go, but again, it could be useful. Maybe you want to use that for something else. Let's see what happens when we do this. I have a feeling it's going to look crazy. Yeah, so less control, but it's still an interesting tool. Yeah, and that's how you would do your quilted puffer coat.